Okay, Sophia, I have your FBX here. I don't think that did anything. Okay, great. And I'm going to go ahead and just delete these crystals. Delete that edge. I'm just simplifying it a little bit. I'm going to delete all these back faces, this whole edge loop. I'm going to take this face and grow it a little bit. And then I'm going to take this edge and delete it. Okay. And now I'm going to take this edge and this edge and delete those. I'm going to also delete this edge and this edge right here. I'm going to select the entire edge ring, shift right click, detach components, so that they separate, and I can make these two separate objects. I'm sure you are very aware of why I did that. I don't know. And then we're going to go to object mode, separate. So now we have the outer face and the inner face. And the reason I did this is because we need this interface for something special within the effect. So we're going to just leave it like this for now. I'm going to take all this and I'm going to go to, in modeling mode, mesh and smooth. Much better. Okay, cool. Now that we have it smooth, we can probably just get rid of a couple more faces back here. We can leave that one. Okay, great. So now we want this to be a skeletal mesh so that we can use a particular I'm just going to get rid of those two middle edges too because they're not doing anything and they're just taking up geometry, and I just want to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, so do what I want you to do. Okay, it's being retarded. Thank you. Alright, there we go. Alright. So now that your shape is massively simplified, we have this inner ring that we're going to use to give it some volumetric depth, and then the rest of it is going to guide the particles. So, but we need it to be a skeletal mesh. So we are going to take these pieces and delete the history. We're going to keep them grouped, and we're going to go into the rigging menu and the animation workspace. Alright, animation workspace in the rigging menu with the rigging creating tab, we're now going to make some joints. Sorry about that. You need to go to the orthographic view, front. Now we're going to click right in the middle, and then we're going to click one just right at the top here. Go back to joint. Click joint 1, and then we're going to do one right at the bottom. Click joint 1, we're going to do one on the right. Click joint 1, one on the left. And oops, and then press Q. And we're going to select joint 1 and rename it root. And then these can just stay joint 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to select all these guys and then select our 2 pieces of the model, which are separate, and we're going to press skin, bind skin. So now we have bound skin. I don't know why my rig is not colorized, but that's okay. Let's go to this view, show viewport joints. Yeah, see how they look like they're in just like a totally wackadoo spot? We need to make sure that they're actually on the mesh. So now we're going to come to side view, and we're going to select all these guys, skin, unbind skin, take these friends, all these joint pieces, root through 5, and then we're going to walk them to the center. Come on, Rudy Tooty, so fresh and fruity. You gotta do the root, and then you do all the children. Root. And then I'll line up the children a little bit better. Oh, no, they're good. Perfect. Okay. Delete by type, non-deformer history. Oh, you have to select all this. Edit, delete by type, non-deformer history. Okay, now we're good. So we have all of our root pieces, and now we're going to select our 2 meshes. Well, we're going to select the whole group. Skin, bind skin. Alright. Now that looks right to me. Perfect. Oops. View. Perspective. Okay. Alright, so now we have a skeletal mesh because it has a skeleton. Now, if we wanted to, we could do some animations with this in Unreal, but what we really want to do is just have a skeletal mesh. So what we're going to do is we're going to just select the all the joints, and then the 2 pieces of geometry, and I'm including the group. Why is it giving me the options? We're going to go File, Game Exporter instead. We're going to go skinning on, animation off, a single file. Now we're going to say it's a skeletal mesh. Checkity check. Make sure there's no skeleton involved. We want import mesh on, but import animations off. And we do not want to create a material, and we don't want to search for a material. We don't want any materials on this thing. Import all. Pray that it works. Awesome. So now we have a skeletal mesh, a physics asset, and a skeleton. That's exactly what you need to see when you import it. Okay. So that's it for, oh, no, one more thing in Maya. We want to export out just this inner surface. So that means we need to ungroup this. Okay. And it's going to jack everything up. But we're going to then unbind everything. Well, we can unbind it first. Let's unbind it first. Sorry. Let's go ahead and shift select all that. Skin. Unbind skin. We're just going to get rid of all these for now. We are going to just have this one. Just this nice little friend. That's all we need. And we don't need this little lip on it, so we're going to just go ahead and ditch it. Oops. Okay. Object mode, this, file, export selection. FBX. No animation. And okay, I'll call this one S. I'll call this one shape interior. I'm gonna call it SM, shape interior this time. Now let's go on back to Unreal and import shape interior. Not a skeletal mesh, so don't turn that on. Do not search, do not create materials, import all. Perfect. So now we have one static mesh and skeletal mesh, physics asset, and a skeleton. That's perfect. So now we can exit out of, let me just back this up to before we deleted all that. Okay, I'm just going to save this as it is. Sophia. And I'm going to exit out. Okay. Now, Unreal. So instead of, I was using Manny, just playing around with this, I'm going to go ahead and put shape. And now we have stuff just flying everywhere like crazy.